Hey again, this is Dana, the undergraduate teaching and learning librarian, and this short video is going to give you some tips and tricks for finding the popular sources that you need for your Unit 1 assignment. So we're going to look at 3 different resources in this video. The first up is the Pew Research Center, which is a freely available website. You don't need to log into it. The Pew Center is a nonprofit, nonpartisan group that surveys and polls folks mostly in the US to find about their attitudes and their views on different social topics. So it's pretty simple to search. In the main search bar, I would put in your topic. So for the class example, abortion access, we're going to go ahead and click search. When I spell it correctly, there we go. And what you will see are sometimes short summaries and sometimes full reports of those polls and the results. So for example, this one is a short summary. This one here is a full report and it's fairly recent. It's from 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one and take a look at what the results of this poll say. There's some analysis here and description of the results. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll start seeing the poll results in terms of different demographics. So that will be especially helpful for this assignment. So you can see by political party, liberal conservative leanings are more moderate. If you scroll down even further in this particular report, it has a table that's super helpful. So I can actually click that, or that graph rather, and make it larger to take a look. And it shows me the poll results again by demographic. So that could be very, very helpful. This again was the Pew Research Center. It will be linked in the description box down below. It's really helpful. And I also just think it's a pretty fascinating website to browse. You can also browse by topic. The second website or resource that we're going to look at is something you do need to get to through the library's website, because if you're off campus, you'll need to put in your onion and your password. But that is called the Roper Center iPoll. And it's pretty similar to the Pew Research Center, but it includes lots of different organizations that poll and survey citizens. So I'm going to click here and hit search. And what should happen for me is it will take me directly to that database. So it didn't work correctly. I'm going to search one more time and see if I can get it. And again, the link will be down there below. Don't know why it's not popping up. Okay, so I'm going to put in the full name, Roper Center's iPoll, and what should happen, nope. Okay, the second resource that we're going to use is a database that you should get to through the library's website, because it will authenticate you as a student and you'll need to put in your onion and password if you're off campus to get the full benefit of it. So we're going to get to it by going to Research Tools and a link here, eResearch by Discipline. So this organizes our databases and search tools by topic. If you scroll down, you will find, it's alphabetical, so you'll find political science. And there are lots of databases to explore here. The one that we're going to use is called Roper Center iPoll. So I'm going to hit the R and get down to that link. And you'll just click here on the title to open it. The first time that you use it, you'll need to put in University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And again, it might need your onion and password to authenticate you, but then you should be good to go. So what this search tool is, similar to the Pew Research Center, it shows you the answers to surveys and polls, but it's way bigger than just one organization like Pew. It covers surveys that news groups have done, all kinds of kind of think tanks and research groups. So it can be really helpful. All of that is pulled into one search. I like to click on this additional search filters, and it gives you a lot more ways to get more relevant results back. So again, you're going to probably want to plug in abortion access as your main keyword. You can narrow to a certain date range if you would like. Again, like in the last search tips and hacks video, if you wanted to exclude or use that not function to get rid of some results and keep them out of your search results, you could use that here. I'll leave it blank. You can focus in by certain organizations or researchers. I'm going to again leave that blank. Topics is helpful though, because you have abortion right here at the top, or whatever your social issue is. You may want to select that. And the countries filter, I think, is really, really helpful. So I'm going to focus in on the United States because my survey is going to be of students who largely are from the United States. You may have international students in your poll too. So that may be helpful to focus on other countries. You can even narrow down by particular state, but I'm just going to leave it at the whole US and then hit search and see what we get. You may hear the bell tower in the back of my video. So I have 44 questions that are related to attitudes toward abortion access here in the US, and I can skim those and look at the questions that were asked in the survey. If I feel like I want to read the full answer to that question, so perhaps you'll see actually results from the Pew Research Center. So maybe this one that was conducted by the Kaiser Foundation. I can click here and view the results of that survey question, and it gives me a little bit of survey information, like who they surveyed, what the method that they used was, so telephone or internet or so on. If I wanted to, it gives me this tab up here for study info, which you definitely want to look at because it will tell you the sample size and then how they recruited or found the people that they surveyed. So that can be really helpful to know who they're asking and see if that matches the demographic of the group that you're studying. So you certainly want to take a look at that. If you want, you can also view this entire survey. But oftentimes you'll have the surveys will touch on tons of different social topics, so it may not all be relevant to your research. So again, this was the Roper Center's iPoll. I'll link it below, but I think it's a really, really helpful tool for you in finding more surveys and polls about people's attitudes. The third resource I want to show you, again, I'm going to go back to the library's website, is how to find news articles. My personal favorite tool for doing that is, again, to go back to Articles Plus. So that's the one we used in the last video. I'm going to click here. And again, I'll use advanced search. And I'll run a really simple search just in the interest of time, but I may do abortion, access, and attitudes. And hit search. And this time, instead of using the scholarly and peer-reviewed filter, I'm going to actually click on news article under content type, and that will give me a really broad range of news organizations. So articles from online news, from print news, from all kinds of news organizations. Again, I can filter by publication date, so I'll probably want to focus down on a certain time period, but to read the full article, I would just click on the link. It will open for me in a new tab, and I should have access to the full text of that news article. So again, all three of these links will be below. If you need some help, you can chat with the library or email me. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.